and welcome back to Am I Creative?
Am I creative?
Of course. Are you guys creative?
Golly.
Yes, always.
I really came up with that idea on spot too.
You came up with that? Good job, Noah. You're so intelligent and smart. To start off, how would you guys determine an ideal demographic?
It's a really good question. All right, so I basically go off of interest first. So like, what are people interested in? So like, you got to look at what somebody's selling. Okay. You got to look at their messaging. Okay. So like their brand, like what do they look like? Like for instance, I have Isaac and he's selling basketball shoes, right? So then you got to think about, okay, who are you helping? So like, who is this product helping? And then you get into the types of people that are using the product. So like age, location, and then interest and whatnot. So like if you're selling basketball shoes, then I'm gonna sell it to basketball players, right? But then if I'm selling only kids basketball shoes, I'm gonna sell it to kids who are interested in sports, basketball specifically. You got anything?
Yeah, no, I mean, it is a loaded question as far as when you get into there's different platforms that have different things. So you'll advertise differently on Facebook than you have to do on LinkedIn, you have to do on Hulu than you have to on TV. But the principle is the same. Usually, if we're working with a brand that's already established, I mean, who's buying their product? That's who we want to target. Now, if they are kind of going through a rebrand and they're saying, hey, no, we actually want to bring these people on, then we can go and find the best way to reach that target audience on those different platforms. If you're selling the product to the wrong people, then I mean, what's the point? So it's really kind of an easy question. It's like, okay, well, who uses your product? Why do they use your product? Your product obviously brings value to them. That's who you target.
We'll go ahead and follow that hard-hitting question with a little softer one. What's your favorite animal and why?
Panther, because Black Panther. And
wow.
Wakanda forever. But then also I've always liked the Panther since I was a kid. So I mean there's really no meaning. It's not that much meaning behind it. It's like my spirit animal.
I always liked cheetahs, man, because they were super fast. And then when I was a bio major, I found out that they're really kind of pathetic cats. They're super weak. They're going extinct. Like, they're dumb. They interbreed with each other.
They're going extinct? Like, weak.
Dang, bro. It kind of wrecked my childhood.
Yes.
Who has been a huge inspiration to you?
Oh, big inspiration. Definitely my dad.
Inspiration.
Yeah, huge. Definitely my dad. Everything I've learned about business internally, when it comes to teams, my dad, 100%. Everything I've learned about business is Steven. So probably my dad and Steven.
Stephen Corson. Go check out his podcast if you haven't.
Yeah.
The Stephen Corson Show.
It's about money. And I'll actually drop it in my story or something. But yeah, I mean, those are definitely like my two biggest inspirations. And then obviously the one that everyone should know about is Gary Vee, because, it's my dude. He just doesn't know yet, but like that's my dog. That's my best friend. He doesn't know, but like he will. It's fine. But.
I'm gonna take a creative approach. The ones that stick with me actually were everything I used to see on PBS as a kid. Television was like an escape for me, so like the Mr. Rogers of the world and the Bob Rosses. And now that I'm on the flip side of the business, I'm kind of like, why would I ever do that if I was like professional adult? But they saw something and believed in it, and they went and tackled a vision, and they tried to make their corner of the world a better place, provide value. So that for me was creatively. Still looking back at those guys, I'm like, all right. So
I didn't know that. Very nostalgic of you.
So Noah, you said you learned a lot from your dad about team management and just how to work inside your team. So my next question would be, how do you go about building trust in the workplace?
So building trust in the workplace, being authentic, being as real as possible. So like I'm a very firm believer in being transparent with some things that people probably wouldn't be transparent about with the team. Or with like people in general. But I think that if I'm 22 years old, I'm basically a kid still. Like I might as well be a college student. I'm not gonna act like I'm 45 and your boss. That's just because that's not what I am. So like knowing that and being that, when I'm around people and like when I'm around you guys or I'm around other clients, they know like who I am. You know what I mean? And so because I'm not trying to act like somebody else or like trying to like, yes, I know what I'm talking about. I've been doing this for a long time, if you will. But instead of me trying to act like I know it all and like be that expert and all this stuff and oh my God, you're so young and you started a business, this and that and the other. It's like, bro, I'm just me. This is what I know. This is how I can help you. Here we go, right? And the same applies for like the internal aspect and the external aspect. So when I come to you guys and I say, hey, look, this is what's going on in the business. You guys know we're a startup. These are the problems. These are the solutions. Blah blah blah. You know, whatever it might be. I'm sure, like, and I'm not going to answer for you guys, but I'm sure you guys can appreciate that, and it causes you guys to trust me more as a leader in the workplace. And the short version is just being authentic, being real. And just letting your actions speak louder than your words.
Yeah, you got to be real. You got to treat people like a person, and then give them responsibility. You know, kind of when the Industrial Revolution happened, there was this kind of post-World War II, you just went to work and you showed up and you did what your boss told you, and that was it, and you went home and you showed up and you did it the next day. You know, since about 20, 30 years ago, there's kind of been this quote-unquote revolution of like, oh, maybe we should treat the people that work at our businesses like actual human beings. And productivity has increased, and the world of technology is a great proof of that. I mean, we've shot through the roof as far as what we can do. You know, I don't think we even scaled as humanity because now our technology is smarter than us. But I mean, that's just what happens when you treat people the way they should be treated. It builds trust and you get more stuff done.
Individuality.
You know, reason people aren't robots.
So, can you exercise creativity?
Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
I'll let you take this one.
How do you do that?
I watch other people. I don't know who said this, but the best artist is the guy who steals stuff from someone else and wraps it up in a different bow. But yeah, no, I mean, I'm not necessarily trying to do that, but I'm constantly watching what this guy's doing in spheres of business that I don't really even work in, but they're all tied to video. So, you know what, bro? I watch Logan Paul sometimes just to see what that guy does in his vlogs. You know, and why is that guy so popular, and why is that guy so... That's why I take the approach. And if I'm not constantly looking at stuff, then I can tell I get dull and stagnant. My new ideas are kind of like dropping off. And so, yeah, I'm at the gym of creativity a lot.
Yeah, I'm at the gym a lot, but
I know.
Thanks, man. One of the things that you guys probably don't or do know about is that like I like taking pictures. I love photography. So sometimes I'll be in here and I'll just have somebody come by in the middle of my work day, in the middle of like stuff going on, and I will literally sit them down for like 30 minutes, 45 minutes, and just take pictures in the studio. And I do it because it kind of frees my mind a little bit to like think outside. So when I approach a situation again after coming back from that, you know, I have a little more of like an open mind to be able to deal with something. What else do I do? I mean, you know, I play guitar. You know what I mean? Like that's another way to exercise. I mean, there's different forms of creativity, not just like video and photos and stuff. But there's music, there's writing, there's
Origami?
Yeah, sure, origami.
Yes, you can exercise creativity, 100%.
So this next question is going to be a fill-in-the-blank question. I'm going to make a statement, and then you're going to finish it.
Oh boy.
Oh no, my COVID relief check. I spent it all on...
Video games.
Nothing, it's sitting in my bank account.
Oh, yeah, oops.
How do you know when to stop selling?
When they say yes. What? Why do you always laugh at my answers? Like they're...
No, you're not wrong.
I know, they're very simple. There's to the point. You know, how do you know when to stop selling? When they're like, yes, I agree. Okay, stop selling.
100%.
Don't upsell.
I'll give you a really good example. So we had a meeting with a guy today about a partnership for business. And he was offering his services. We had a need. And so we were kind of coming to an agreement. He's like, yeah, I get that. I can definitely do that for you. And he pushed that to the wayside like super fast. So it was kind of like, yeah, sure. Now let me tell you what I really want to do for you guys.
Right.
And he went on this rant for like 10 minutes, and I was like,
killed me.
Dude,
This killed me.
you're shooting yourself in the foot, bro. So yeah, when you offer something to the client that meets their needs, they agree to it, just shut up.
You
Most people talk
automatically,
yourselves out of a deal more than you realize.
bro. I can't lie. Like that's what I used to do in the beginning. Is I would try to find every angle.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very common sales mistake in the beginning,
Yeah.
and it's just you're doing way too much. Just stop.
Way too much.
So the final question today is, what do you want to see when you Google your name?
I'm creative, or like our name.
Your name.
Like my legitimate name.
I hope
Oh,
I
God.
never pop up.
Facts. I'm gonna Google your name. I would like to see entrepreneur and speaker or something, and just a nice, big old picture of me smiling with my hopefully I have a family by that time. But by the time people are
Well,
actually
if
like,
someone found something on me, it would be something that would provide at least one person some kind of value. Or
yeah, or like at least make them smile or be like, holy crap, that guy is
an idiot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.